Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Tonight is March 25th. Let's run down the edition of Monday Night Raw tonight. It was highlighted mostly by the Q&A session of John Cena and The Rock with the legends inside of the ring. You had Mick Foley, Bret Hart, Horny Dusty Rhodes, and Booker T inside the ring. Each of them asked one question. Honestly, to me, the questions were good, but this promo would have been a whole lot better if it was just two dudes in the ring, just face to face. For this one session that they did, there was 7 mics inside the ring. There was a table, there was 3 podiums. It just was crowded. They never really had good shots of everything that was really going on in the ring. They had Rock and Cena so far separated. They finally came together at the end. They had the battle of words, and it finally ended with Cena trying to give the FU to Rock slipping out and giving the rock bottom to John Cena, leaving him laying in the middle of the ring, only for him sort of to not really sell it and get right back up. But then again, the guy hit the finisher right off the bat, so I don't really know. But to me, when somebody hits somebody's finisher, they should be laid out, and the show should end before the person gets up. It is the person's finisher. Cena should have been at least knocked out for a 1-2-3, but then again, it is Super Cena. Everything that was said in the War of Words during the Q&A session led me to believe that John Cena will be winning at WrestleMania. I don't know. There was a whole lot of promo action. I already knew that I was going to buy WrestleMania, but when Cena started saying the stuff about, I had you beat in your hometown, and I let it go to my head that I wanted to beat you so bad, and I wanted to rub it in your face, that I wanted to use your own move. I made one mistake. It honestly sort of reminds me of the Undertaker vs. Shawn Michaels 2 at WrestleMania 26. How the whole build-up was just, he had him beat, but he just made the one mistake. Why John Cena went for the rock bottom, or I apologize, not the rock bottom, but why he went for the people's elbow last year, I have no idea. But my WrestleMania would have been a whole lot different, my whole experience, if Cena would have won. But it was really, really good. Make sure you check it out. Cena was definitely spitting some words that were firing off on there. One of the other highlights from tonight's Monday Night Raw was Triple H had a promo where he came down to the ring, real basic, real easy, just said, Brock, who wasn't at the show tonight, you're gonna come out, I'm gonna kick your ass, and basically that was the whole build up to the WrestleMania match tonight. Real simple, real easy. That's all he really needed to say. This is a grudge match, no holds barred. It's not, I'm gonna beat you from pillar to post. It's just, I'm going to kick your ass. It was good. It was easy. That was followed by Wade Barrett coming out to the ring, sort of to interrupt Triple H's, walk to the back. Wade Barrett was met by Triple H, who I thought would just brutally beat the crap out of him to make up for the fact that Brock Lesnar wasn't there. Triple H just sort of kicked him in the nuts, and then the Triple H music played again, and he came and just walked off. Why? I know you already hit the guy in the nuts. Why he didn't hit the pedigree, I have no idea. But there was a match after that, Miz, versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, I apologize. It wasn't for the Intercontinental Championship. I did mark out like a little bitch, thinking that the Miz did win the title at this thing, and I thought that would have been a great way to highlight them going to WrestleMania. But it was a non-title match, so I looked like an idiot. But I don't know. I had mixed reactions from looking at Twitter. Some people loved the match. Some people hated the match. I thought it was a really good match. Two guys that were, equally balanced. Every time one guy had a move, they sort of countered it. Sort of ended them sort of rolling around a little bit in the ring. But I like those kind of matches where just so many times to highlight the people that are going to WrestleMania, we get so many sort of jobber squash matches, much like the Mark Henry versus Usos match that was on here, or the Ryback versus 3-man band. So, to get a match that's actually good at this time of the year, I really, really like. Or a match that doesn't end in a disqualification, too. We get a lot of that crap going on right now, just trying to make sure nobody wins and nobody loses. But I really, really liked it. I guess Barrett versus Miz is going to be a Mania match for the Intercontinental Championship. I was hoping that Miz would win the title to sort of highlight him always having these big moments at WrestleMania. But with him winning this match, I'm not quite sure if that's what's going to happen. But Wade Barrett is a guy that, honestly, I've said 1,000 times, should be a World Heavyweight Champion or a WWE Champion by now. 2010 was a long time ago. Him having the Intercontinental belt, to me, is sort of a knock on him, and he should be moving up faster than later. It was nice to see Sandow in the ring. Sandow came down and beat the crap out of Chris Jericho again. Really, really beat him up. Jericho was shown later out there. I don't know, it was good to see him actually in the ring, actually, moving around. We got a good Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho match. I already talked Mark Henry versus the Usos. Anytime one guy destroys a tag team, it shows you why WWE doesn't care about tag teams anymore, and that really bugs the shit out of me. If you're gonna have one guy beat two guys, just use job guys, because that's what you're making like your WWE superstars look like. You're not gonna be able to use the Usos on the show for a good couple of weeks now, maybe even a couple of months, because they got beat by one guy. How are they supposed to be able to beat two guys? Tag team wrestling to me is sort of dead in WWE, but I was looking for them to reunite it. Just a few months ago, we had as many as 6 different tag teams. Now you got Team Rhodes Scholars and you got Team Hell No. Team Rhodes Scholars isn't even the team that's getting the title shot at WrestleMania. So I have it's dumb. There we go. Cesaro versus Del Rio. Del Rio got the win by count out after Del Rio and Swagger got into a little mix-up. Swagger with a new T-shirt that will be appearing on the CVB channel very, very soon. Looked pretty badass. It's not the best T-shirt, but it is a Swagger shirt, so I think it's going to be a good day. Primetime Players against Kane and Daniel Bryant was... I think it was good. Honestly, it's not really memorable. Wade Barrett versus The Miz, I already talked about. The Shield came out. They talked earlier in the night. It was Sheamus having a backstage promo. The Shield attacked Sheamus, which brought out Orton, which brought out Big Show. The Shield left them all laying. And then this was reversed later in the night. Horrible 3-man powerbomb by the Shield and the Great Khali. I don't blame the Shield, I blame the Great Khali. But basically the Shield beat the crap out of everybody, only to be surrounded in the ring, much like they surrounded the ring on SmackDown, by Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus, to sort of show that Team WWE is sort of uniting against them, even though everybody in the world is sort of praying that we have a turn come out of it. But that only makes it more mixed up on what they're going to do, because I mean they might have a match against the Shield, but the only logical thing I can think they can do after that is try to find out who's the number 1 contender to fight for the title on SmackDown. So these 3 guys are going to have to fight each other. Sheamus, Big Show versus Orton. That's the only thing I can see to sort of even out the title picture on SmackDown. Unless somebody turns, then the guy who turns fights against he turned against, and then the one guy is the odd man out. He just becomes the number 1 contender. That might be what they end up doing. Please, Randy Orton turn. Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. Nothing much here besides for the one thing of, like, Cody Rhodes to me has been a guy that's had 3 good matches in the last 3 WrestleManias. He had the 3-way at 26. He had the Rey Mysterio match at 27. Big Show match at 28, which wasn't that good, but it was heavily featured on the show. And this year, I don't even know what the hell they're going to do with him. I feel bad for the guy. At 26, I honestly thought the guy was going to lose his job 2 months after that. I thought they would have no sort of future for him. Ted DiBiase made the huge push. Now Ted DiBiase is trying to make movies in LA, and he is nowhere to be seen in WWE. From there, AJ and Caitlyn rolled around in the ring. I don't know if that's going to be a Mania match or not, if they're just trying to heavily feature Caitlyn in the title, since it looks like she's not going to have a match at Mania at all. Maybe AJ and Caitlyn will be the... one of the pre-show matches, but I don't know. It sort of seems like they're putting a lot of matches on Mania. Like, it's been since WrestleMania 20. It was either 24 or 25. One of them had 10 matches. I don't know. It just seems like the way pay-per-views and Manias are these days is they have longer matches, not really short ones. Like, if you have a whole bunch of, like, you go back to watch the previous WrestleManias, there's some WrestleManias that have like 14 matches, and the matches are like 2 minutes long. They don't really feel like that big or that special. I'd rather have, a few matches that are longer and more paced out. That's just me. And then you had The Rock and Cena in the ring sort of doing what they do. I honestly just would have had them go face-to-face, and that would have been better for me. What were you guys' thoughts on Monday Night Raw? Did it increase you, making you think if you're going to pay the $70 for WrestleMania, or if you're just going to basically be streaming it online? You're always welcome to come to the Stevie Breach house. Big party over here. Peace out.